Welcome back.
Welcome back, man. My fantasy app got me in a chokehold. Shit ain't going good, man.
You put money up?
No. The league I play in, we everyone put money up in the beginning of the year, so you win one pot when the season is over. Yeah, so I'm not losing money like today, but I need my team to do well so I can win the Super Bowl.
Wait, so like it's one pot for one winner, or is it?
So there's 10. It's a 10-player league.
Okay.
Everyone drafts players, and based on what those players do, you get points. So I need my players to perform well so that I can amass the total point, amass a higher point total than my opponent.
What's the pot?
Our pot is 2,000.
Okay.
So yeah, so it's just like regular football. You have the regular season and the playoffs and then the Super Bowl. So obviously, I'm 4-1 right now. So I lost this week, but I would just like to win. It's all about winning.
I feel it.
Hey, welcome back, you guys. I'm Rae with the Hear Me Out podcast. We're back for
episode
2. We'll get there. I'm here with my girl
Cityy with 2 Y's, because I'm 2 Y's.
And my boy.
I'm E, man. Welcome back. We here again for another one.
Okay. So let's just jump right into it.
Let's go.
How are we feeling about, I'm going to pose a question to you, Cityy.
Okay.
How are we feeling when we go into these dinners, splitting the bill down the middle? Are we itemizing what we got? Are we doing, what you do when you out?
Well, I actually just had this experience. My husband just had a celebration, and I invited my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister-in-law, a really good friend of his wife, and my 2 children were there. And
what's that head count? That was 8, I heard?
Maybe.
Okay.
I think 10. I think I made the reservation for 10, but maybe it was like 9. It was 8 or 9.
And then where are we eating?
No, says it upscale.
Oh my goodness. What was the name of it? It's a steakhouse in Orange County. Got the name. It's a really popular one. Is it Mastro's? I think it's Mastro's. Yeah.
Okay.
Mastro's.
All right.
I covered the bill. Yeah, covered the bill. And I think that's important. There are certain celebrations where if you invite people out, they're honoring your invitation. They're taking the time to drive, and we live in the boonies, so it's a push on a Friday in traffic. I think the least you can do is cover the bill. Now, if I'm going out with my girls, like,
what does that bill look like?
We go get there.
Roughly.
We're going to get there because I want to hear what she has to say before I pose this next question to you.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. And I just think is good form, is good decorum. I think, if you have it, I think if you invite people out to a celebration, you should cover the bill. But again, if it's just an informal, casual outing that I'm doing with friends, we could bust it down the middle. It's no problem. Even if I just have a salad or a drink.
And when you say bust it down the middle, it doesn't matter. I know, but it doesn't matter what the price is.
It doesn't matter what the price is.
For sure.
Okay.
And we in good company.
That's posing the next question. If it's the person's birthday and they invite you to an expensive dinner, do you think they should cover the bill?
You said an expensive dinner or an inexpensive dinner?
No, an expensive dinner.
Okay.
So we're eating at Maestro's, Ocean Prime. Should they cover the bill because it's their birthday and they're inviting everybody out, or should everybody cover the bill for them? I
don't think that they should cover the bill for everyone. I believe that if it's 10 of us at the table, when the bill comes, we're going to minus him out or her out, and then we'll cover the bill 9 equal ways.
Okay. I'm feeling that for sure. I feel like, I'm not sure, like I said, when we speak, we're speaking from the Black perspective, our community. And I noticed that it's a big thing. We've seen videos on Instagram of people having birthday dinners and somebody like, I didn't get that, so I'm not paying for that.
I can understand how if someone comes to a nice restaurant or whatever restaurant and they order a water and a salad for $15 and the bill comes out to $500, I can understand how they can feel like, why should I have to put up for what I didn't pay for or what I didn't eat? You know what I mean? Especially in a situation like that, I can understand how they can feel like that. I also feel like, well, if I'm going somewhere to eat somewhere with my peoples and I know my money's not like that, I'm just not going to go. Because I'm already in my mind expecting to split bills, and I know, especially when I know who I'm going with. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I'll just sit this one out and y'all have a good time. I may call the restaurant and send a couple shots to whoever's doing what they're doing, and that's always love. When the waiter pull up, like, who is this from? Oh, he called in. Yeah, player.
Yeah. I mean, I have a slightly different opinion. Again, I think when it's your birthday, right? Is you are, unless somebody's throwing you a dinner, I think the person who is making the arrangements should pay for the food, and I feel like they should pay for the food because they are inviting people out. People are honoring your invitation. I could say no.
So
right?
what you're saying
I'm
is,
taking off time, and
so whenever you invite me somewhere, I can expect my girl got it because she invited me out.
She already explained.
But I already
There's
said
2 different experiences going out
she
with your
just
girls
said
and
just
going out
now.
But that was a special occasion for her.
Your
husband.
birthday is your
Okay,
birthday
bet.
not
Oh, so-
is your
no-
birthday not a special occasion?
So this is not an overall thing. This is special occasions.
Yeah,
This is not just
For
a
sure,
girls' night
for
out.
sure.
that's what I think I said that right.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, my best me.
So like
Comprehension.
as we were saying, like a girls' night out, and I think we were talking about this, on the side. I feel like you came with a great point. You were like, I feel like a friends group. If y'all a solid friend group and y'all always are the main ones going out together, have a fun decide. I'm like, we're going for a girls' night out. We're going to an expensive dinner. This whatever we've been saving or putting into this bucket is gonna cover the bill for everybody, no matter what we get. We're all sharing everything, whatever.
And it's love.
And I feel like that would make things so much easier.
Yeah.
That's something for us to think about.
And I think it would eliminate, the back and forth. I agree with your point. I definitely don't. I think at my age, I don't want to go to a restaurant and the bill comes and we're itemizing like what we got. I don't want to do that. I feel like
that look crazy.
yeah,
That
it looks
very
crazy, but
crazy.
also like it's just I don't know. I feel like we all came. It's all good company. Unless you don't really rock with the people that you're out with.
Why are
like,
you there?
Why are you there?
Why are you there?
And why it shouldn't be a problem. Like E said, if you know your money's not right, it's okay to be in a season where your money is not there. Like yes, there are some occasions that you might want to make an exception, but don't continuously put yourself in a situation where you looking crazy when the bill comes.
Or you're feeling anxious when the bill comes.
because that's the feeling.
And
that
let's
you'll
also,
have.
I'm gonna just say this: let's stop being the friend that goes to the dinner and not ordering anything because you could have also stayed home.
Wow.
Because it's looking crazy.
Yeah.
You're sitting here. We're all eating. We're all feeling like, you want peace? Like, why did you come if you're not going to eat? Because that is definitely still a thing at this big old 30-something age.
That's true.
That is true. I've definitely experienced that 1 or 2 times.
You come into the steakhouse and not ordering anything?
Listen.
Why
Nah.
are you here?
I haven't been anywhere like that where I've seen that. I see that more of like we're going to like Dave and Buster's for the game or something, and a couple people come like, well, I'm not gonna eat, you know what I mean, or stuff like that. I've never seen it to
I've
where
seen
we
it in a steakhouse, and I'm just like, why are you
I haven't
here?
seen it.
Which steak?
And I'm a person that I don't.
Did
I'm
they
not.
eat
I'm not
already?
going to
Did
get
they
into
just
it.
eat?
They
Why
didn't
would you
eat.
just eat going to dinner?
What if it's like you're my homie
There's
and I want to
no
pull
reason,
up for you?
because and the people are like, I'm pulling up for you, and I'm supporting a different way. But sitting in a steakhouse where this bill is literally over $200 per person, you're sitting here not eating anything. And you're adding to the gratuity. Let's start there.
Can I order drinks only and be cool? Like, let's say I did just eat somewhere and I'm just like, man, I ain't really hungry, but I'm gonna go pull up. Can I order
I don't
drinks?
feel like there's a reason for you to come.
I don't agree with that.
That's
I feel like
crazy.
Because
let's say
it's a steakhouse. We're here to eat.
Can I order
Fine
drinks and
dining,
a dessert?
and we're not eating.
But I'm not hungry like that.
But why
but
come?
also too, like, what if it's a Saturday night and I got 2 other engagements I got to stop by,
Mhm.
and I don't want to necessarily not pull up for you. You my girl. We haven't been able to catch each other in a while. I'm just gonna pull up. Give you a hug. Maybe I zelled you something on the side, but I just want to see your face. I want to snap a picture with you.
I can appreciate
I
that.
feel like
I
we're
can
also
appreciate
at the
that.
age where you can have some decorum. Order an appetizer, even if you pinching it.
I just asked you if can I order a dessert and some drinks, and you said no.
Oh, I didn't hear the dessert part. My
I'm
bad.
gonna give you a little fun.
But yeah, a dessert and a drink. It's something where you're not just sitting there watching us.
And
eat,
and y'all look. I look crazy, and y'all looking at me crazy. And the other table
I'm definitely
looking
looking at you crazy. One thing I don't like is embarrassment. And
so you feel embarrassed if your
not
friend does that?
necessarily embarrassed, but I do feel embarrassment when we're itemizing bills at the end of the end of the check. But I just don't. I feel secondhand embarrassment for people all the time.
She said secondhand embarrassment.
The person who came that day you just referenced, that was your friend? Or that was like you got invited somewhere and that was their friend?
I got invited somewhere that was their friend.
Yeah, okay, so it wasn't your people's. Okay, had it been like your people, you'd have been like, I got you, like order something.
Me and my peoples don't even play them type of games.
Okay, so
We
when
don't.
y'all step in, y'all step in.
When we step in, and my circle's so small,
Mhm.
and I feel like we have an understanding. Because it's been times where it's like, okay, I know I didn't get that much, but you covered that. So the next time I know for sure I'm going to cover the bigger part. Like, it's like, it's just, we have an understanding. We definitely split the bill down the middle.
Okay.
We're not back and forth. And even if we're going to itemize, because maybe you're not, whatever the case may be, but we don't ever really have that issue. We're not going to do it here.
Yeah, you can give me
How
a
do you-
Tell
back
me later.
end.
We'll discuss
So you're gonna
it
put
later.
your card down and we just gonna.
I've done it plenty of times.
Okay, I'm
I'm
with
definitely the friend that's going to put my card up
I'm
first.
with it.
Yes, me too. Me too.
The Zelles come in too slow for me sometimes.
I don't even be tripping, but I'm definitely the person that'll we'll figure it out
Yeah,
later.
and I do that too
I like
because I
y'all
like to
style.
move it along swiftly.
I
Like
like
I don't
y'all
want to.
style.
We can deliberate about that after the fact. And I'm so intentional that like if I tell you I'm gonna Zelle you, by the time you get to your car, I've Zelled you.
I like how that sound even better.
I don't want. I just like to get that off of me. Like let me just get this over to you. Because then it creates a safe space. It
Mhm.
creates an opportunity that in the future, if I say I got you,
That's
no,
what
I
I
got
like.
you.
And shout
You
out
got
to
some
my
equity.
friends
Yeah.
because we definitely have that understanding.
Yes.
Okay.
Shout out to my friends
Because-
too.
So the circle
I
is
see
5.
it so much when I say secondhand embarrassment is so real when it comes to that. I sit there like, we can't
Mm-hmm.
be doing this right now.
The circle is
They're
5.
already looking at us crazy. Let's be for real.
Mm-hmm.
When Black people go to these expensive restaurants in LA, y'all know they looking at us a little.
Why?
Come on now.
Looking
They
at
know
they
that
looking
it's
at me
either
crazy.
dinner
They
party
ain't looking
or
at me crazy.
The only reason why
I feel like
they've
it's
looked
no
at
matter
me
who
crazy,
you are, when you're going in big groups, they get iffy for sure because they're like, okay, this is 20, 15 Black people. I'm
Y'all
gonna just say
rolling
that.
deep.
I'm just saying if it's a
that's
dinner
real
party. But no, when you're going out with
But no,
just you and your
but you could do
friend, maybe
20,
4
yeah.
more. Yeah, and it's a big now.
No, I don't know about 20. Hold on.
That's what I'm saying.
So that's
That's,
what I'm saying. I'm a
me.
different
That's
type
a
of
dinner
person.
party for sure.
When I say I'm a different type of person, I'm gonna just say this. For my 29th birthday, I'm a person that don't want to deal with like the itemizing and none of that. The same maestros you went to in the OC. It was in the OC, right?
You went, yeah. You went to that one?
That's the one I went to for my
Yeah.
birthday. I rented out the room.
I got rented out the room.
I
Give me some skid, girl.
I
Rented out
covered
the room
the
in the back on the floor.
$3,000 bill.
Yes.
And
Speak
it was
about
my
it.
birthday.
Speak about it.
Y'all getting money.
Speak about it.
It's not that.
That's classy.
No, listen.
though.
It
Listen.
is.
You
That's
can. That's
classy.
listen. Let's be honest. A lot of people can't cover a $3,000 tab for dinner.
I get
So
put it on your credit card.
I guess and go
Put
in
it on your
debt.
credit card.
And go in debt. You didn't have the 3 to pay up front. You know you ain't got the 3 on the back end.
I get it, but it was a special occasion for me.
But
So
what I'm
yes, I
saying
had
is, I
that
guess
money.
if someone doesn't have that kind of money, they're not going there. You're gonna
My
stay
thing
within your
is,
budget.
You're not.
That's
hold
another
on.
thing. Stay within your budget. If you're feeling like the price is too expensive or you're not able to afford, now we're going into a whole nother topic, but you can't afford this, don't push it.
Wait, hold on. Before we move on from this. So if you put it on your credit, first of all, I'm not paying cash at a restaurant. So that's just out of the question. I'm never going to put that cash down to pay for it. So I'm just going to go on a credit card regardless. Whether the money's in the bank or not, it's going on a credit card. So my question to you guys is, let's say you have the $3,000 bill. Maybe you're not going to just transfer $3,000 from your debit account to pay the bill that moment. But how long is too long, right? I mean, because if you bust it down 2 ways or 3 ways, I mean, you're getting money, right? Like money coming in, right?
Okay, let me add a little context to it.
Mhm.
I paid that $3,000 bill. There was a few people in my party like, I'm going to send you something. I'm going to send you something. But
Mhm.
I didn't say, we were bust down the middle,
Yeah.
and this is what you need to send me. It's whatever you want to
Did
send.
they
Because I
send
already
it?
had it in my
Did
mind.
they
I'm covering
send
this
it?
bill. They did. It wasn't everybody.
But the people who said they were gonna send it.
They just sent it. I wasn't expecting anybody to send anything, and I'm getting text messages. It's like, I got
okay.
you. Like, you know, I got
Okay,
this.
okay.
Deal. I got
That's even more
Players in the
love.
game.
Yeah.
Players
So
in the
it's
game.
for me, it's just like, know your friends. Know who to invite certain places. Because
No, heavy on that too. Heavy on know who to, and it's okay. Like it doesn't have to be.
yeah, it's no
a
love
negative.
lost, but it's just you gotta know
who to invite where. Know who can,
Know
move,
your personnel.
Yeah,
Mhm.
move in
Know
a
your
certain
personnel.
space, and yeah, that's it.
All right.
I got a question for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Who is one artist that you feel should have been bigger than they were?
Past and present.
Whoever you want to. I go first.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say August Alsina.
Oh.
I feel like he should have been
I feel like he
bigger
got
than
his
he ended
shine.
up being. Nah, I feel like he had y'all in a chokehold.
Not
He had
me.
ladies in the
He
chokehold.
had
Ladies,
y'all,
not me.
He had ladies
the
in the chokehold.
women. Y'all was.
Yeah, he did. He did.
I'm about to say, come
He
on,
did.
y'all was
We
fucking
were in
with
a chokehold?
August.
He did. He did. But
Really? What?
I feel
name
like
a
he
song.
got what he was supposed
Name
to
a
get.
song.
out
I
of
know
it.
his songs, but I'm saying name one. Name the
Come
one
on,
that
Red,
you
talk
feel
to
like.
me.
I
No,
love it.
you name one. Name one of
He
the
had
ones.
he had the I love it. I
That
love
was
it.
his biggest hit.
The other one too would Make It Home with Jeezy. He had a few. I just feel like when he had the attention of the people, I feel like he just went crazy on y'all, and then he lost the following he had.
I mean, we see that pattern with that's Bryson Tiller as well.
Don't get up. No.
Get at Bryson like
yeah,
that.
we're not
that,
gonna get at my boy.
Hold
What?
on. Flag
Penn
on the
Griffey?
play.
Penn Griffey?
Flag
Okay,
on
listen
the
to
play.
when
That is
Bryson came out
that is
with
a
Trap Soul.
flagrant.
Now I will give you
How
this.
long of a hiatus did he go on before he came back out with Trap?
Hiatus?
He was with y'all
like 3-4 years. He
Yes,
didn't drop a
did.
CD for like a couple years.
For years.
For 3-4 years, yeah, for sure.
Fact check.
But
Yeah,
Trap Soul is a classic album.
Wait,
very
but
much.
there
I
was
saw him
two.
perform
There were
that
two
4
other
times.
albums after that.
I think he has 3 after that. But I'm saying he took a while to drop after
something
he dropped
that
Trap
was
Soul
major
for sure.
again.
Yeah, he
for
did.
sure.
Because I remember thinking like, where we at? While we're on this subject, Bryson,
y'all can't got us.
Y'all got September, October, November, December. We got 4 months left, my nigga. I don't know why you didn't hit us with the Trap Soul 10-year anniversary tour.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I was waiting.
I do.
That was a time.
Hey, 1 through 13 or 1 through 12 or whatever it was, man, you couldn't fuck with Penn Griffey when that was in these streets.
Man.
And I was hating on it at first. My wife used to play it in the car everywhere we went, but his SoundCloud stuff. And I'm like, why you keep playing this nigga, man? But Don't was out, and I'm like, that bang. And he had another one on the SoundCloud. I'm like, that bang too.
There's always a once in a while artist that comes out that whenever you hear it, it takes you back to a certain time or a certain memory. And Trap Soul was a time for me.
It was a time.
Wait,
though, hold on, wait.
Core memory for me around that time. So
wait,
I'm like,
guys. Yeah. So what is, when you say a long stretch, how many years is that?
Something from Trap Soul to something that's really booming like Trap Soul was now. This new album he came out with, and Trap Soul
You didn't mess with True to Self?
What was on there? Give me something from up there.
But what was the? I didn't mess with True to Self like that. But what was the?
Don't Get Too High.
What was the year?
Blowing Smoke. 2017.
And when did Trap Soul drop?
2015. Was it 2015? 2015.
So 2 years. That's kind of Drake does that.
No. True to Self. Y'all did not play. Nah, you guys. Oh, wait. Okay. If you've never listened to it, I won't fault you, but if you've never listened to it, please go and listen to True to Self. I can bang True to Self right now. He got some bangers on there. Don't teach me a lesson. Stay blessed. Money Problems. Bench Truck. Nah,
I don't know.
I gotta go listen to Bryson.
No,
and then he did.
I haven't listened though. I haven't listened.
But I don't know that at all.
And then the album after that.
What was the lead single from that CD that you can't even tell me?
What was it? And Set It Off is on there.
See, that's.
Oh, see, that's the thing. I knew like singles from maybe these albums because he came out with different singles. Because what was the song?
I think it was Self-Made. Set It Off.
Set It Off.
How'd that go?
Can I play it?
Well, let me not even.
We might have infringement. We might have infringement issues.
It could be less than 30 seconds.
Less than 30
Okay, well, let me know you know the rules. Let me know you know the rules.
Hold on, let me move it up.
Yeah. So I probably didn't listen to the album, but I definitely heard singles from the song.
Don't remember that.
And that's fine. And then I think 2 or 3 years later, he came out with the anniversary. I mean, just say that you guys not tuned into his music. That's okay.
No. I fuck with that. No, that's my guy.
Bryson.
That's Mike to this day. Penn Griffey.
And he could take a little break and focus on his mental health.
Louisville, Kentucky.
Yeah.
That's my guy, for sure.
He can take some time and get his mental right. And I think I support that. I support, artists taking breaks.
Anniversary tour.
We do need the anniversary tour.
Did y'all fuck with NSYNC? Was that a thing for y'all in the community? Or was y'all B2K?
Bye.
Yeah, I mean, we knew it.
And listen, NSYNC about to spin back with the 30th anniversary tour. I'm in there.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, even if you didn't want to, you know the music. Mm-hmm. You know the song.
I'm in there.
Well, that was legendary. Or the Christina Aguilera. No.
Christina Aguilera, people be trying to act like she's not one of the best
greatest
vocalists.
Mm-hmm. Greatest.
Like, Christina can
Mickey
sing,
Mouse
man.
Clubhouse.
Okay, time out. I saw this on somebody else's podcast. Ariana Grande, Christina Aguilera, voice.
Ariana Grande.
Christina Aguilera.
Ariana Grande is,
nah, you guys didn't see the
I think
recent
that's just me
Spotify.
being in
the Spotify anniversary.
I love it. I love
Christina
the way she sounds. But Christina, of course, is legendary. Like, that's not even...
So you call her legendary?
I do.
Okay, so Ariana Grande, she can sing for sure. Mm-hmm. But just for me, the Mariah Carey type singing... That's not what I deem to be. I like the people to belt out, like Christina Aguilera, powerhouse.
What are you talking about?
1999, when this album came out, this album was on rotation. Like, I didn't. This one from
granted,
cover to
you
cover.
guys were at a different phase when these songs came out. You guys are a little bit older than me, so
Genie in a bottle?
listening to it through high school is opposed to me listening to it during.
That's true. That's
That
true.
is true. That is true. I was young when I was listening to it. I was in Nigeria on the roads listening to this.
Do you remember a song that you heard when you were younger and it was nothing, and then you went through something or experienced something and you heard it on the comeback and you're like, yeah, this is that shit?
Nah.
Not necessarily. I won't even say like even relationship songs.
I was gonna say even if it's a song about love, of a heartbreak song, and before you experience a heartbreak, you can't understand that, and then you go through your own, and now that song just has the lyrics hit harder.
Let me tell you. So there's this song, and I might be wrong with the name, but let me look it up to be exact. But I believe the guy's name, it's an old guy, because this is somebody my mom listened to on a Sunday.
So he's a reggae artist?
No, I believe his name is Johnny Taylor.
Okay.
And he has a song. My mama's gonna die when she see this. He has a song, basically it's saying like,
is it Last $2?
No.
Disco Lady?
Let me see if I can do it really quickly.
Johnny T got the disco ladies.
Running Out of Lies?
No. See, I'm gonna hate to have to come on.
Who's Making Love?
Let's get Miss P on the line, Andrew. Let's get her on the line.
Cheaper to Keep Her.
No, it's a song. I'm trying.
Is it a hit song?
It is a hit song. It's gonna irritate me, but we can move it along, and I'll come back with the song because, yeah. So somebody that, like you were saying, somebody that we felt should have got more recognition than they did.
I'll say Jeremiah.
He got love though.
He did get love,
but a lot.
He got
like,
love,
I know
but Jeremiah should have been bigger than what he is
as
today.
an artist.
As an artist, not a producer. I'm talking about as an artist.
Because I believe that as an artist, you guys were on the fence about August Alsina having anybody in the chokehold. Can we agree that Jeremiah Bed had you guys in the chokehold?
I think
Jeremiah, everything I've
Jeremiah
listened to
puts out
Jeremiah has me in the chokehold.
Everything?
Like,
I'd say 90 to 95%.
I'm not saying I'm a super fan, and I can name off the top of my dome.
We're going to figure it out. We'll say
I like his music. I like his music.
I like anything
I'm
he puts
fan,
out.
but I like
always loved his voice.
Yeah. He makes hits.
He does.
For sure. And his features are nice when he's made hits for other people. And I just believe that he's gotten his shine because not only did he dominate when he was an artist for the short amount of time that he did, but he writes for so many people. His catalog, like, I think he maybe he was like, you know what? I did the fame. I've been in front of the camera. I don't like how y'all move. I'm just going to write behind the scenes and get my bread, and y'all can have that.
And get my money.
You know what I mean?
And I respect it.
For
I just feel like he could have been like superstar level.
Give me a comparison. Who could he have reached?
I don't know if you think it's a comparison. I think in his own little lane, I think he just has a very unique sound.
Is he bigger than Trey Songz?
Trey Songz had my high school in a chokehold.
No.
So you were a Trey's angel.
I think different. I won't say different eras.
No, I think they're in the same. I think they're in the same level.
But different eras, though.
Same level?
Yeah, for sure.
It's different. I
think Jeremiah has a better career than Trey.
No, when Trey had it,
Trey's done.
Jupiter Love.
Trey's done.
Neighbors Know My Name.
Trey's done.
Now.
But okay, Jeremiah's still writing for somebody.
I would say that Trey Songz's career got like cut short.
Why?
By his own foolishness.
You know what happened?
Allegations?
Allegations. They say that when his doc comes out, it's gonna put R. Kelly's to shame.
That's
what they say. Keke Palmer tried to tell y'all, and y'all turned
Keke
it. All right. Keke tried to tell y'all, and y'all just pushed her to the side.
Nah, we didn't. But worse than R. Kelly.
Worse than Kells.
Well, damn.
Man.
Allegedly,
for sure, because I don't know what happened.
But yeah, Jeremiah, I definitely think. I don't think it's a comparison. I think it's a different sound.
They had it at two different times?
In two different eras, if you will. But yeah, that's what I would say. Jeremiah.
Who you say?
I'm going to take it back because she's always been my girl and I always felt like she was beautiful. I felt like she had everything.
Can I guess? Tiana Taylor?
No.
That's not backing up. Okay. All right, for sure.
That's definitely not backing up. I'm going to say...
definitely not backing up.
It's a black girl?
It is a black girl.
All right, hold on.
Can I guess?
That's what I want to do too. Go ahead. You got somebody?
Aaliyah?
No.
She got shine.
She got what?
Tierra Marie.
No.
Okay. Rapper or singer?
It's a singer. And I'm going to just say this. And I feel like she did get her shine at the time, but I feel like she could have went further.
Fantasia.
I don't know. No.
Fantasia.
Maya.
Maya?
I've always... I feel like she got her time, but she could have went further. She could have been icon status. She don't give icon status right now.
Where did she?
Icon
Where was the
status?
fall off? Because she did fall off. Like
Yeah.
right now, she's regarded as just a beautiful
I
woman.
think when
who's
she went
aged.
into her own self journey,
You can't do that.
when she became a vegan,
You can't do
when
that.
She,
You can't go on those self journeys when you hot. You got to beat the streets when you hot. You can't. That's why
The
the
industry's-
same way that when a woman gets pregnant, it's like, hold on, do you really want to? Like
While you're doing this,
Lauryn Hill said she got pregnant at the height of her career, and you see what happened. We ain't heard from her since. She been torn on the same album.
Yeah.
Lauryn Hill's let's say Lauryn Hill's in a different category because she has
Why?
she has one album and has legendary status. There's nobody have one album out
The miseducation
and
of
that's
Lauryn
it. That's all
Hill.
she needed. Everybody else had to put other things out to stay relevant. She put this one thing out. And
No, I agree. It was
but
definitely that's a classic album. That's one of my
Classic.
favorites for sure.
Unplugged is my favorite.
For
but
sure.
Oh, the unplugged. The unplugged.
But yeah, there's a lot of artists that
Definitely.
Any LA artists you guys know of that should have got a lot further than they were. I'm gonna just say this, and
I
I know
feel
he's
like
big, and I know
Game coulda
I'm
went
still
further.
repping till today.
I do think Game could have went
I just
further.
recently posted him, but I just feel like, and we're
Dom
gonna get
Kennedy.
into
Man, y'all gotta relax with
you
this
gotta
Dom
understand,
Kennedy
and I'm gonna
type.
say this, and y'all don't fight me, but I'm gonna say this: if there's anybody out there that feel like how I feel, like
Very
Larry
few.
June just
Very
came in and
few.
just took my man's whole career.
Very few
Who
feel
came
like how you
again?
feel.
Larry
June. You
June.
ain't even heard of him. I know who she's talking about, but he's another
Are they
one.
not the similar
He's another
style?
one for sure. He's another one who y'all love, and I'm just like, I don't see what's
love
going
Larry
on.
June.
Dom Kennedy?
I don't.
Both of them,
And what was the other one?
Dom and Larry June.
Larry June. They have very.
He's the
similar
new
style.
Dom, right? Okay,
He
yeah.
is.
I got a lot of people
That's
that
what we're
fuck with him.
hearing. But I'm like, I can't help but think, especially being a Dom Kennedy fan so long, to feel like this man has come in and taken his whole style.
So you like the new project he just dropped last night or 2 nights ago?
Dom Kennedy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I posted it on my story.
Name a song. What's your favorite song?
I didn't. We're just getting into it, Edgar.
You haven't heard a song on the album
I
like
just
in
posted
repeat?
it. So how? No. Now listen.
You don't fuck with Dom.
Don't do that.
I've never heard of Larry June.
You don't.
Have you heard of Dom Kennedy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I've heard of Dom Kennedy, but I've never heard of Larry June.
Very similar. Don't do that. Very similar styles.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Dom has been out
Way
before,
longer.
way longer, and
But she know Dom.
even Larry. Well, do you know? Like they
I don't
have
know
some of
Larry.
the same producers now. And I'm like, what's going on
do you
here?
think
I don't
is
know the
reason?
ins and outs.
What do you think is the reason? You think
For what?
because somebody jacked his style, that's why they took the steam out of
And
his
I don't
sails?
even want to just start, talking shit
He's-
up here. But
Talk about it.
I personally, and I feel like you don't listen to none of them, right? You're not into, but do you feel like you also are hearing Larry June sound just like the
I've
old
never
Dom?
heard a Larry June song. Everything I'm telling you is what I've heard from people. They say he's like a Dom Kennedy.
So if you're hearing that and you're
that's
not
what I
even
hear.
a fan,
Yeah.
I know I'm not tripping.
I haven't heard any song
But my
from
question
him.
is, why do you think that Dom Kennedy's career was kind of, or is a little stagnant?
was
Or
so-
I don't know what you're.
I don't know if it's stagnant. He's really LA based right now. I mean he has tours and I'm pretty sure he goes out of the country and all of that, but I feel like it could have gotten to a higher status. I don't know if the Nip Hustle passing
That's the
because he took I'm pretty sure he took that hard. They were really close. Why are you looking like that? That could have made him take a step back. I don't know.
he
but
never was anywhere to take a step back from.
And I
Dom
I
Kennedy-
get that too. He is a local artist that got mad love from LA.
Do you say Moses Malone?
I think Moses.
Is it Glasses
Malone.
Malone or Moses Malone?
don't
Moses.
know.
I think it's Joe
Glasses
Moses.
Malone.
I think it's
Joe Moses. That's what I
Oh,
want
Joe
to say.
Moses.
You think Joe Moses is bigger than Dom Kennedy in LA?
I like his music more.
Not no
So if you've
more.
heard of Joe Moses and you ain't heard of Scar, for sure.
But they're two different crowds, low key.
It is for sure.
Because Joe
For
Moses
sure.
had his time
For
too. And that's
sure.
another artist in LA that could have gotten a lot further.
Well, that would be mine. Or you
Okay.
said, or you brought him up though.
Yeah,
but
but okay.
that would have been mine though.
Okay, for
Glasses
sure.
Malone.
No, Joe Moses.
Oh, Joe Moses. I'm about to say who?
Not
Okay.
Glasses.
He
Malone.
got the clothing line now too. The
Mhm.
jerseys from the high
I
schools.
went to a concert. I went to his concert maybe 2 months ago or
Okay.
back in
So
June.
you
I
support the
believe.
local West Coast artists.
I do.
I'm
Definitely
with it. I'm with
do.
it.
But it got to make sense.
Man, I mean, well,
It has to make
June
sense.
don't
Right
make
now,
sense.
my LA artist is Lil Veda. It's a little ratchet. It's a little club scene, but
oh, so you still
Are
outside
you in
hanging
the
out?
club?
I'm not.
That's what it sounds
I'm
like.
coming up
if
off
you
that.
ratchet and you little Veda. So okay, so we could go right into Let Me Put You On then,
Mhm.
right? So you putting people onto Lil Veda?
If you're into that
That's a
turned
girl-
up
that's a
music,
girl?
you know you're at home.
That's a girl.
No, it's a guy.
Okay.
You're at home. It's ratchet music for sure. But you
Who's
know,
listening to ratchet music at home? That's when you're
When
in
I'm
your...
cleaning
I'm
up, that's
just-
what I'm listening to.
You clean up
So
to
you're
the
not
ratchet?
listening to
I
the
am.
old school Belizean oldies that you grew up on.
That's on a Sunday.
That's on a Sunday.
On a
Okay,
Saturday morning, you
okay.
want a little Veda, a little Chef Boy. You know?
I don't know who none of them people are. For me right now, I was at my homie house and we were watching a little YouTube shit and Big Sad came on. And the song I saw was called 40 and Broke. And I'm like, this nigga kind of hard right here.
He's been popping up on my Pandora.
So he's been, I'm just new. He's been out making noise because I sent it to my other partner who is like you and he does the LA thing for as far as music goes. And he's like, oh, he been out doing this shit. And he sent me some shit too. But then the one I found yesterday was Fuck Y'all Niggas. And I'm like, okay, he's talking. So I'm on Big Sad right now. That's what I'm about to dive into. And we're going to see what the homie on.
Okay, what are you listening to, Cindy?
I mean, she's been out, but Amaretta the Great, I love her music. I be in the gym rocking the Amaretta.
Who is?
From Atlanta?
Yeah.
Little?
So you've heard of her?
Small little,
okay.
yeah.
What's her?
Amaretta
Let
the
me
Great.
see.
She does the intro
How
for
you spell
all
her
the
name?
Queen's Men.
You said All the King's Men?
All the Queen's Men on BT. She does the intro for them.
Okay. OMERE.
She has a song called...
She's a rapper.
She's a rapper.
That's not... How you spell it?
OME.
That's why I was on... Okay.
Amaretta. RETTA.
That's
the Great.
surprising.
Why?
Oh, you said all along. The
It's
Great?
surprising to me that that you're listening to that.
They just be
Okay.
disrespecting me up and
A1A.
down.
Look,
Up and down. And crazy part about it is when I get no love when I know something. Y'all be just
no,
hating.
for sure,
I
for
mean,
sure. I
just-
don't even know
just
who this is.
Just be positioned to hate, but it's okay.
And so
I take it in stride.
even there, right? So I feel like last week I was a little harsh on
You
the
were.
818. I don't know why I feel that way because I don't think I was, but I feel like
Well,
if
you're
I
conscious
was,
talking because nobody brought it up. You brought it up. You brought it up.
if I was, man, I just want to say I love the 818.
You got
Like
to.
Taft High School showed me another world. You know what I'm saying? So
This is
818,
true.
some of my dearest friends are from the 818. I fuck with
right.
the Valley tough. So, I wasn't talking shit. I fuck with y'all the long way, man. Just on record. Let the record reflect. I fuck with the 818.
Some of the
I
realest
celebrate
ones.
August 18th as well. You gonna celebrate next year since you know
I
now?
am.
What do
I
we
am.
do? What do you
All
do
right.
for that though?
Man, turn up.
You
man.
pull up in the
we might have
818.
you pull up out
Yeah,
there.
you pull
so
up in the
you know what I'm
818. You
saying?
see what it
You
is.
be in the
You got-
323.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I know I be a little bit of
424.
everywhere, but I don't think I've been out in the 818.
We got to bring her to taste.
You
the
never
soul.
been to the 818?
Ever?
All right, we got.
No,
we
I've
got to
been
bring you
out
out
there, but I don't really have any friends
For
out
sure.
that way.
Yeah,
or
we got to get you some
to
friends.
be out there.
Yeah,
But your circle small.
Very.
Your
very
circle
small.
small.
You got
We're
to
all
keep it small.
323,
Okay, for sure.
Got to
For
keep
sure.
it small.
And these are the people I know, right?
You know myself.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Okay. All right, for sure.
I have a question for Raven.
Let's talk about it.
All right. How do you feel when you hear, like, on social media nowadays, men say that they want women to be soft and submissive? And do you think these expectations are realistic given women's roles today? The roles that they
Giving
play?
the roles that we play today.
What does that mean? What roles do you play today?
Mother, employee,
Y'all been playing
business
those
owner.
roles. I'm sorry. Y'all go ahead.
In the 70s, we weren't playing those roles.
We ain't in
was
the
at
70s.
home.
We have to
Exactly.
adapt to the
Okay.
times.
Well, hold on, wait. You just
Go,
first
you're
of all,
right.
You
Let's
just
go ahead.
interrupted
You
her.
right. I'm sorry.
You didn't give her a chance to speak, and the roles. Yeah, you were right. Go elaborate.
So back to Edgar, or
No, y'all go ahead.
you-
She asked you.
okay.
Yeah.
So I feel like if I'm providing with you, so we're going 50-50, like for this household, which is not a problem. We're going 50-50 in the household. Why can't we split the home roles as well? You're working 16-hour days. I could be a nurse working 16-hour days. I got to come home and fold your laundry. I got to cook your dinner. You want me to be soft, submissive, but you're not taking some of the load off my shoulders. You're not saying you do a basic 8-hour day. I'm going to do the extra. Like, I feel like it's like a convenience for men to be like, oh, I want you to be soft and submissive, but I'm still doing half with you though.
Mm-hmm.
For me, that's how I look at it. I'm still doing half with you though. I want you to be soft and submissive, nigga. What you mean? Like,
and what is the man being soft and what does that consist of?
It's more so as if we're gonna be even with everything, let's be even. If you're gonna take some of the load, then I'm gonna take some of this over here. Like, but it's it can't be a convenience for y'all. Like, oh, I want you to be soft and submissive. A bitch go out there, work 16 hours just like me.
Well, first,
come home, cook.
You're working 16-hour days?
I'm giving an example
but
as if you're a nurse.
16-hour days are extreme days, right?
So not even 16. Let's say a 12-hour shift. That's a basic shift for everybody. 12 hours.
An 8-hour shift is typical for everyone. So let's use that as the context in which a woman is working. She's working an 8-hour shift.
She's working an 8-hour shift. He's working an 8-hour shift. If we're doing the exact same thing out in our daily lives when we're apart from each other, we could come home together. And
can we also agree that a woman is not doing the type of labor that a man is doing at work? Right. So typically women are, maybe in a restaurant, maybe in an office somewhere sitting behind a desk, whereas typically we have men in fields of labor, construction, moving shit, pulling shit.
We have women moving shit, pulling shit.
Give me the jobs that y'all doing where y'all moving shit and pulling
construction.
Shit.
Women are doing
not in the like the wide majority.
I've never seen a woman on a construction site nowhere. When I'm driving by Los Angeles and there is tons of construction going up, I do not see a woman nowhere.
It's on the tip of my tongue. The job is it longshoreman?
And the most I'll see them doing there is driving a forklift.
But there's men who have these days as well, and they're working in the office. There's so many men that work in the office.
So and that is true as well. But what I asked was, can we agree that majority of men are? Can we agree that women aren't exerting as much energy at work as the man is?
That's a little too
precise. I think in certain fields, yes. I think in certain fields, yeah.
Okay, we can agree.
Okay, we can agree to that. Okay, you can go ahead. I just wanted to let's put that one out there for context. Go ahead.
So now, given that you go work at an office every day, you're my man, you're working in an office every day, you're a real estate agent, you're doing whatever you do, you're trading stocks, whatever you may do. And I'm also working in an office, I'm working in a corporate office, I'm paralegal, whatever I'm doing. We're doing the same thing throughout the day. So I think it's case by case too. What you doing every day that's you so tired you can't come home and help.
I don't like your combative attitude already. That's you now. If already before we do, what are you doing? What are you doing?
It's more because it's like you want the soft and submissive. Okay, what's she getting from her man?
So let me ask. Okay, so can we just and listen? I'm not saying that anything you're saying is wrong. Mm-hmm. I just want to point a few things out to you, right? Because one of the things you said was we're both going out to work in the field. We're both doing the same amount of hours, and I got to come home and fold. I got to come home and cook. Right? Mm-hmm. Now, we can agree that some roles, not to say gender specific, but we can kind of come to a commonality that women do this and men do this, right? For example, if someone is breaking into the house, no matter how equal we are, it looks crazy for your man to say, go see what's going on, right? That's not even a thought. He's going to get up and go check that, right? So I just feel like there are things that women do, right? You cook, you clean. Now, you don't got to come home and cook every day. I understand that you just put the shift, or what you could do is maybe you could get up a little bit earlier and prepare some things and then put them in the refrigerator and we can warm them up. I'm just saying that's an option.
I mean, that is an option. That is an option.
That's an option.
That is an option. Go ahead if you want to finish your thought.
So I'm just saying, like, for example, we both just did a 12-hour shift, right? And the shed in the back is falling down, and that's where we store that's where the pantry is for us, and it's about to rain tomorrow. I'm not going to say, well, we just did 12 hours and we're equal. You go out there and start pounding the 2x4s in. I'm going to go handle that, right? So I'm just saying there are things. I think
that is a very extreme example because I don't think that most people have sheds in their
even if
backyards.
You don't have a shed, if something needs to be fixed, if something needs doing, the trash got to be taken out. We got to bring in the bins from the front.
And that's what I say. It depends on the case because there's women doing those things. There's women getting up and like, this needs to be fixed. I'm gonna do it. Mm-hmm. There's plenty of women that have a man at home.
Name one of them that you know.
That are still taking the role of woman and man, dad and mom.
Name one of them that you know, and you just gave a specific example. You said that there are women around. Hold on. You said that there are women that get up when the shit need hanging on the wall and screwing into the wall that are doing that. Name me one friend that you have that is doing that right now currently. And it's not a bad thing. Like, it's not like, oh, it's a bad thing to say who it is.
I'm not going to name a friend.
I know her?
Yeah.
I need to know her name now because I know who you know. Let me know.
I'm not, and we're not Edgar with the messy shit.
I'm saying, but come on. But see, the thing about it is, people say things and then we have nothing to back it up with.
But here's the thing: the question, just to kind of refocus the group, was how do you feel about when men say they want women to be soft and submissive? I think I hear both sides. I think Raven's point is kind of like. And this is my position as well. Traditionally, I think that most times in a household, there are delineation of roles and responsibilities, right? I think we could
Understood.
agree that like most women are
Delineation.
are going
Let me look
to,
that up. I like that.
you know, take care of more of the domestic responsibilities, you know, looking after the children. I do think that for the men who want women who are soft and submissive, understanding that these multiple roles that we're playing do deplete our energy, right? And when we're doing these roles, we're not always doing them from a place of softness and submissiveness. For example, if you're in a workplace, you're working. You're not if you're having to take on additional responsibilities, you are trying to preserve your energy, your exertion. So if
But you
I
chose
come
that
home,
job.
no, I know. I'm not saying that there's
Okay.
anything wrong with the job that I chose. I'm just saying that the reality is that we all have a certain amount of energy in the day. So when I
Okay.
come home and I know that these are responsibilities that I need to do, I'm going to do them, but understand that not even that, it's just understand that softness, that softness comes from having an environment where it's conducive for me to be soft. Whether it's, you don't have to, you know, cook every day, but like if I cook and I need to go upstairs and take care of the kids, like if you can help me tidy up or, you know, gather the dishes and put them in the sink, just do something that kind of lessens my load so that I still have energy, you know, to be soft and submissive and be that thing that you want. Now, it's not going to be all the time.
I think that's where the hostility came from with you.
You was hot.
Because I felt like, as she said, help me lighten the load. Like, you want me to be soft and submissive, and you're not even trying to lend a
create
helping
that
hand.
environment.
You're not even like, I'm seeing you really just like waiting for me to be this for you, but you're not even giving a helping hand to take some of the load off of me, so I can be like, I got a little energy left.
I definitely
and it's not even about energy left. It's just that I think it's not energy left. It could be that, but I'm not even using that as like the basis. It's more like understand that the more roles that we play
together,
we're together, like collectively in the aggregate, we're having to, you know, kind of context switch for these different roles. And a lot of the roles, whether it be you're a business owner or, you know, you're a business owner, you're a mother, that's a different energy. You come home, you have to have to make sure that the house is tidy. Maybe you have to prepare for work the next day. That's all stuff that's zapping your energy. And so I think when you are in an environment or you're with someone who understands that and, you know, not even so much takes joy in, but knows that knows that if I just, you know, let me take care of the kitchen, babe, go upstairs, you know, take care of the kids, it's going to only help, you know, for you to stay in that energy of being soft and submissive. And I think softness and submissiveness, they do kind of go hand in hand, but I'm more so focused on the softness.
And I feel you because because specifically for me, I for sure help out around, right? You've called me for business meetings and what are you doing? Laundry. You know what I'm saying? So I'm for sure something that I can do to lighten the load around the place because I'm definitely like, this is a team effort. I'm just saying, I feel like women complain a lot about things that
you feel like we're supposed to do.
That's what I was gonna say. Yes, I feel not even supposed to do, but just things that are kind of like more geared towards you.
It depends on the dynamic of the relationship.
Because it's always going to be specifically right because you could have a relationship where the man is a great cook and the girl don't really cook, so it's like you do the cooking because you can cook.
And yeah, it's that understanding. I also too think that to add on to what you're saying, like having an understanding, like when you're in a relationship with someone and let's say, you know, whether it's they cook or I cook, just having an understanding and being able to, if I feel like I would like for you to help lighten my load, that I can communicate that to you and I'm not going to be met with, well, that's your responsibility. Well, I know it's my responsibility, but I'm asking for help.
And like it's not even your responsibility because even though I feel like, because you would say like traditionally women would do laundry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm off early and I'm like, well, I could do it and just get it out the way.
You have to have a considerate partner. That's what I'm saying. When you gave
So I'm a considerate partner?
I would think if you're helping her, for sure.
I'll help.
Yeah, I would definitely say that.
But I'm saying that's what I'm saying. When she's asking this question, it depends on the type of man asking this. Like, you know, like men want you to be soft and submissive, but what type of men are you dealing with though?
So what I gather from what you guys just said is men want women to be submissive and feminine and to reside in their femininity.
Soft.
So in order because we got to get solutions, right? I see all these podcasts talking, and by the end of it, you're like, well, what we going to do?
Right.
So what you guys are saying is, in order for you guys to kind of rest in that space, you need some of the load and the burden taken up off your shoulders.
It would be helpful.
Okay, so for a woman that's going out there to work, you would like for your man, your fiance, your husband, shit's, kind of funky around the house, help out, pitch in.
From time to time, yeah, it would. I think it would be nice. I think it would definitely lend itself to an environment where I can still remain soft, because it is, I think for most women, it's frustrating when, you are, we have to acknowledge, if we are financially contributing, that's a certain amount of energy, right? And then I come home and of course there's still stuff that needs to be done. If we're looking at it juxtaposed to times when women were traditionally taking care of all of the domestic roles, there weren't as many other roles that they were playing, right? Mm-hmm. And, the economy, the infrastructure it wasn't as dynamic as it is now, right? There weren't as many industries. And so we're consuming more. Our expenses are way more than they were in the past. Economically, things have changed. And I think women have taken on roles in, corporate America or just work in general to help lighten the load for the man. So it's almost like if I'm doing that because I know that out of necessity I need to work and bring in an income. Most families are going to be 2 income families, right? Dual incomes. It's like I'm exerting that energy to help lessen your load. I don't think folding clothes from time to time or, helping to wash the dishes after I've just made dinner and I need to go get the children down or I need to go fold the clothes or whatever isn't something that should be met with
So you guys are saying that when women are asking for help, it's being met with aggression, or
not always.
You kind of led
not
to
always.
that point twice.
Because at the same time that men are asking for soft and submissive, silently we're asking for you to be masculine, for you to be considerate.
Why are you asking silently?
Because we're not outright. When you're expecting us to be soft and submissive,
I don't think those conversations ever go well.
We're also expecting something from you. We're probably not outright saying it, but you're expecting soft and submissive from me. I'm expecting something from you too.
Well, you can't expect something from me and not tell me what you want and expect me to
give
it to you.
Are you asking the woman to be soft and submissive though?
Well, I don't think it was.
That's what you're expecting her to be. No, I'm saying,
you mean in that scenario?
You're expecting her to be soft and submissive and want to take on these womanly roles because it's more.
Wait, so we're saying that soft and submissive, taking on those womanly roles shouldn't necessarily mean like you're being soft and submissive, because I feel like women take on those roles all the time, whether they like it or not, and you know what I mean.
But we're also expecting you to be with the roles, what you're looking for in me, I'm looking for something in you as well.
So what are you looking for?
Just as she said, being considerate, lighten the load for me a little bit.
Other than that,
so you're expecting. I'm expecting that's what I want my man to be, considerate of how I feel, my energy, anything about me. I want him to be considerate about what I'm like. I got to be mom. I got to this. Help me out.
But you're sure got to speak up.
Yes, I get that.
Because your man is telling you what he wants from you, right?
That's what I'm saying. She's just asking if these men want, it's unknown, they want a woman to be soft and submissive.
For sure, y'all gotta
so relax. We want y'all to be a certain way too.
I definitely feel like the women are not the same women we grew up with, right? And I do believe that
in the 80s or in the 90s.
Like our parents?
Period. Just 80s, 90s, to whatever. The women today are different.
You said you grew up with, so I was
grew up with, so let's go 90s, 2000s, okay. Right? Mm-hmm. I believe that and it's because everything cause reaction, or however that phrase goes.
Cause and effect?
Yes. I believe that back in the day, men were the one breaking hearts and women were the ones at home crying. And I believe that now women are breaking hearts and men are the one out there crying.
Extra sensitive.
Yeah. And it's crazy how that dynamic has shifted and how I watch it play out now.
I agree with
that. That is a very, 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 very good point.
And it comes from, obviously y'all been playing. Well, fuck that. You know what I mean? So
we become
they got
savages?
fed up. Yeah.
Savages?
Y'all outside talking
that's
greasy.
Also with the same questions. I feel like men in this generation are not rolling with the times, low key. Like you said, women are now the ones breaking hearts. Y'all want the women from the 90s or the 80s. Y'all want those traits.
Soften up.
Yeah, y'all want those traits, but we're not in those times anymore. We are taking on men roles every day. We're doing same thing men are doing.
Y'all
we're getting the same bag that men are doing.
For equality. This is what equality looks like. Come on, let's get into workforce.
So if it's equality, why you not helping me
But
when we
wait,
get
but
home?
I think that point,
if equality got to be everywhere.
I'm with
but
it.
I think that point is it's not like, sometimes I ask myself, like, which one came first? Was it a necessity for women to go out into the job market,
No.
and then we wanted more? Hold on, and then we wanted more, or we got into the job market, or like we wanted more, or we just said we want to enter the job market. I genuinely feel like if we look at the timeline, that things are being conflated, right? The cost of living has risen. Hold on, wait. Exponentially. I don't believe that men believe that there are men in the overwhelming majority who can have one income and take care of a family of 4. I don't believe that. I don't think that is possible. So if we can agree to that point, it means that women will have to go out into the job market and bring in money. It's not a question of I want equality. It's we have a family that costs this amount. You make this amount. I have to go out into the job market and make a certain amount to bring it in because we're together in this relationship and we're raising this family. That's not, I feel like that's something that men are missing in the conversation. And I think that it gets weaponized. What I think the equality question, or where the equality came in, was we're in the job market with the men, and there are pay disparities. There are disparities in the amount of money that I'm making for the same job that the man is working and making. I think that's where the equality came in. It wasn't, I want to go into the job market because I want to be equal to you. I would also submit that I think there is a part of our, women's, the women movement or the feminist movement that was a little short-sighted, because when we started asking for equality, we didn't really consider how that was going to affect the men, like how they were going to internalize that and then react to us. And then the last point I'll make is, I think in equity, anybody can agree that if you and I, are asked to take these curtains down, and the owner of this building says, okay, well, I'm going to give you 50 and I'm going to give you, Cindy, 40, that's not fair, right? Like it's not fair. We're literally just taking the curtain down. And let's not focus on anything else. Just that curtain right there. Take that curtain down, and then I'm going to pay you 50 and I'm going to pay you 40. And the only justification for that is because you're a man and I'm a woman. And I think for any person who's on the receiving end of that, whether it's male or female or white or black or any other trait, it's going to feel unfair. And I think that's what women were advocating for, not I want to go out into the job market. I think women were in the job market, and eventually we're going to have to come into the job market because the world changed. Industries came up. Men were going into factories. The cost of living rose. Like, we're not demons.
In the 70s or whenever this shift happened, it was because of costs going up?
I think that the introduction of different industries in the world, right, made the cost of living rise for various reasons. And we can, get into that in a later episode. But I think the conversation gets miscalculated. And because we're not really looking at like the facts and the timeline and what really actually happened, people just say things. And it's so destructive to us, because I don't want to be in a relationship with a man who, if for whatever reason I'm tired, my mental health is suffering, or whatever it is, and I come to you because I want you to help me in some way. And whether it's you do it, but you do it with an attitude, or, you do it once and then you stop. Like, it's not, I don't want to be in that type of relationship.
Exactly.
Like, I want it to also be where if you need something of me, I'm going to do it because I know that if I need something for you, you're going to do it. I think that's where we need to really start working towards, because all of this discourse, I think women would be okay with being exactly what men wanted if we could just have some understanding and really have the same jump off point. Like, what is the objective that we're trying to get to? You want me to be soft? Okay, great. I can be soft, and this is the dynamic that I can be soft in. Can you provide that?
I'm with it, and I want to say I'm definitely for women doing what they do and holding it down how you hold it down, because I have cousins, I have sisters, I have mom, I have niece, cousins, whatever, and I definitely would, like, if somebody treating you wrong, fuck that nigga. Like, stand up, tell them how you feel. We pulling up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So definitely advocate for yourself and stand up for yourself and say what you mean and mean what you say. So definitely I advocate for women to do their thing. But, it's always
I
a
feel
gray
like we're at
area.
that point too, where we're doing so much. Like we're doing so much for ourselves without the help of a man.
Mm.
When we're not getting what we need from a man, even after letting you know that, like you said, you have to tell your man what you want
gotta
to get it.
communicate.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm telling you, and as you said, you're doing it one time to probably get me to shut up or whatever the case may be. We're so quick in this generation, I've noticed, to dip. Like
To just throw it all away.
I'm done. And I'm thinking like that myself. Like, if I'm not getting what I want out of this, and I've told you multiple times what I needed, and you're not giving that, I'm out of here.
I'm not mad
But
at
back
that,
in
though.
the day, women were more prone to staying in relationships, even when they weren't getting anything that they wanted out of it.
Yeah.
But we have kids. We have a family
Yeah.
already. I'm not just about to leave. I'm holding on to it.
I'm
And we're
just
not
hoping-
doing that now.
Yeah.
I'm
just hoping.
I'm not doing that.
I'm hoping that in situations like that, in scenarios like that, whether it be, a man's position in life or, just circumstances that he's going through, that if he genuinely cares about the woman, that, those conversations or those topics, won't, like, they'll sink in at some point. Because genuinely, I want Black men and Black women, or just men and women, to be together and be harmonious. And we have there's a lot of turmoil and distrust and what feels like hatred sometimes between men and women. And I think, if there was a white flag to be waved, I'd be the first one waving it, because I just think I don't think we're being productive or progressive in the way that we're currently doing things and dating.
I have a
I would
question.
agree.
Yeah.
And I'm no shade at all. So please don't ever take it like that. Seeing my point or my perspective as a Black woman and how I feel, like if you're not helping me, I'm not helping you. Does that dictate, or does that kind of put you in a space of the type of woman you want to be married to? Whether culture-wise, are you feeling like Black women are too, back and forth about it? So I'm going to go for the races that are more submissive or the more soft, because that's what they like, that's just how the women in their culture is. And you get what I'm saying. So what was your take on that?
Me personally, I'm more of an individual based person. You can tell me something about Persian people, and I don't mean that's how this person is.
Mhm.
You can tell me something about Hispanic people, and that doesn't mean that's how this person is. So I didn't have any type of, it could have been Black, Hispanic, white, whatever. It was just what it was. I wasn't out here looking like, oh, I'm not doing a date a Black girl because they snap their neck too much, or y'all got something to say. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because I feel like in any situation I would have been in, Black or however, I would have picked the person who I kind of the temperament I like. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So definitely there were
Do
some.
you think that other men are thinking like that, or because we have heard on other podcasts, other conversations where the men are
Y'all
just like, that's why I
definitely
don't fuck with the Black girl.
Y'all definitely got
I'm
a
gonna
bad
take the
rap.
Spanish girl that's quiet. I'm gonna take the white girl that listen and shut up. So what
Y'all
you
got a
feel?
bad rap in these streets. That's
Very
for sure.
much.
Yeah, the rap is
Y'all
very,
got a
very
bad rap, man.
Yeah.
And then like y'all.
Y'all.
Black women, I don't know, man.
Mhm.
But like I say, everything is individual
Yeah.
based, right? Like there are certain girls where I'm like, I'm not fucking with that. I don't like loud people, like loud women.
Mhm.
You
So
know what I'm saying?
only Black women could be loud?
Anybody.
Anybody.
A girl
Okay.
who's loud and always like I don't like that shit. I don't know. I like
Mhm.
peace.
And I can understand that.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I
So
mean,
that doesn't
yeah.
mean that don't qualify to Black or white. I don't like loud women.
Mhm.
Always talking loud and making noise and stuff. For me, different things were like I can't fuck with that. You know what I mean? Regardless of your race or whatever. So
Okay.
yeah, I wasn't out here like I'm not fucking with Black women because X, Y, and Z.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm fucking who fucking with me as well. Like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Safe space?
it's a safe space.
Let's keep it moving.
Safe space. Let's talk about it, man. And again, appreciate the people who tapping in and submitting
Yes.
their situations. It's hard to pick, I try and there's no criteria. I just go with what I go with sometimes. So let's get into this one. Dear Safe Space, I hope this finds all of you well and thriving.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
you because I'm trying to do some things.
Appreciate it.
I'm writing to you because I need some help on how to best handle a situation that's causing contempt to grow for my partner. I'm 32 and he's 27 years old. We've been together for 2 years next month. And as far as the way he's treating me, things are great. So he's considerate. It's a considerate man.
We like
right?
that. We like
considerate.
that.
Oh, she goes, okay, he's good. He's a good, caring man. Right? So
Let's
she even
go.
elaborates a little bit into those qualities.
Yes.
Unfortunately,
Okay.
his finances.
It always got to be.
It always got to be some money.
It always got to be the
I
money.
don't understand why people act like that's not
No, it's huge.
the biggest
it's
factor
huge.
when dating
That's
somebody.
It's
huge.
huge.
That's
No,
very
I'm with
big.
you, but in this one, that's what we own. Unfortunately, his finances. Unfortunately, his finances. I can't give the same type of glowing praise that I gave his character.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
She
set it up.
She on the homie. I am gainfully employed and I make 6 figures and I'm able to provide for myself and do the things I want and need to do for myself.
Mm-hmm.
My boyfriend, on the other hand, doesn't make as much as me and he seems to be okay with waiting for something to happen. He does have a job, but it's part-time. In his spare time, he produces music and is trying to sell his production to artists and labels. Mind you, he's very good at what he does. He makes amazing music, but nothing is taking off, and he's been at it since he was 19. So from 19 to 27, my man's been trying to cook.
So 8 years?
8 years, right?
Okay.
I'm more of a practical woman. And while I understand chasing your dreams, I'd like to see him do more with himself as he chases that dream.
Mm-hmm.
And I can understand.
I can understand that.
It's beginning to cause a strain. I'm paying for 75% of everything, and there are things he isn't able to do with me because I refuse to pay for 100% of the bill. For example, I went to Cancun for my friend's wedding last month. The total for the trip was rounded out to roughly $4,000. My boyfriend wanted to come as my plus one, but he had nothing financially to contribute to the trip. Keep in mind, I bought him a new MacBook to work on his music 5 weeks ago. He was upset that I wouldn't cover the trip, but I refused to come out of $6,000 in the last 6 weeks, and my man contributes nothing. So I guess the MacBook was $2,000. How do I tell him I don't have time to wait for him and his dream to take off? How do I tell him he needs to apply himself more if he wants to keep me in his life? I love him very much, and I feel like I've hung around as he's chased his dream, but I don't have another 2 years in me to go through this. I need a man I can build with and who I can see a safe and secure future with. Help. And help is in all capital letters with 3 exclamation points.
Who's gonna take it off? Who's going first?
I mean, y'all are women, so let me
Okay.
hear what y'all got to say.
You want me to go first?
Go ahead.
All right. Wow. Did you say her? Okay, we don't know her name, but
No.
it's a lot. Okay. How do I tell him I'm no longer waiting? Is that that's the question?
Yeah,
I'm
basically
no longer
like
waiting.
I don't have time to wait for you to.
I would approach my man. Well, first I would. What is he good at? Right. What is he good at? What can I present to him as options of things that he can do that are practical? Like if he does this while still doing the producer dream, I could kind of see this is going to lead to something. So I'm going to have some hope for some light at the end of the tunnel.
She didn't say they were married, right?
No, they've been together for 2 years. Next month.
So I would do that kind of legwork up front just so that I don't because I'm going to say that I would be assuming that I'm probably going to get some pushback on, this is my dream. This is what I want to do. You were aware of this when we got together. So, and I am fully in support of you continuing that. But because bills come due every month, we need to think progressively. What couple things are you good at? So I'm going to do that legwork up front and I'm going to present it to him and I'm going to say, we've been at this for 2 years. Things are not really going in the financial department the way we want them to. I've kind of thought about some things that maybe you can explore while we're still, simultaneously chasing the producer dream, so that it can kind of help lighten the load on me financially because I'm doing 75% and
that's a lot of percent.
It's a lot of percent.
Very much.
That's what I would do, in hopes that I'm not going to piss him off because I think men are very sensitive about money conversations, especially when women initiate them. And rightfully so, right? I feel like men's pride is in their ability to provide. So when they're not quite there, maybe they don't really know how to share that or be vulnerable in that space. And yes, women sometimes do judge and put pressure on men. So I would come prepared with like, well, I researched these 2 things. These are things that you can kind of, look at or think about. Maybe we can come back in 2 weeks and see what you think.
I feel like that's too much effort to put into a boyfriend.
Yeah, I mean,
you have to look at it from she's 32. He's 27. So he's still in, in these trying to figure it out years. We all
in building mode.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. One thing I want just all women to understand from my perspective and how I feel, date on your level. Like who you like, I get it. But you're making 6 figures. This man works part-time. What do y'all have in common? Y'all not even living the same lifestyle.
But what if he becomes a big producer tomorrow? Okay. Now he's making millions.
And that also goes to the next point. 8 years. You have women intuition.
It takes time for people to get
I know
into
I get it. How it could take 1 month, 6 months for you to pop. You could have been doing it for 10 years and one chance give you that pop.
And also she said that he's very good.
He's
so
a
maybe
good
she's
man.
seen
Like,
the good man as well, but also she said he's good at his craft.
Yeah.
So maybe she's been thinking like, okay, well,
so then she just has to make the decision for herself. She's not willing to give it 2 more years. So you have to make the decision best for you now. You can't think about, you have to take that loss.
So if that's you, whoa, you cutting niggas.
You have to,
after 2 years of this man investing in you?
Hear her out.
Or you investing in him.
You have to make the best decision for you in that moment. She's saying she don't think she can give it another 2 years. What if it takes 3 years for him to pop? She has to make the best decision for herself in that moment and not worry about, but when he pops. You get what I'm saying? So
I feel that.
It's...
I mean, I definitely,
also, Go ahead. No,
I definitely understand your point. I just feel like if I'm with this man, he's a good man because we know that.
Good, kind, caring. Those are her words.
The market is
considerate.
The market is scarce.
So hold on.
So let's. She said she doesn't even see the ambition in him.
Let's rewind. She didn't say nothing.
She did not say
nothing
that.
like that. She didn't say nothing like that.
She just said.
We can bring it up.
He doesn't even have like the thought in his mind to even want to do anything extra to bring in any extra income. That's not what you said? He's okay with where he's at. He's okay with waiting. He's okay with not doing nothing extra. He's okay with his part-time.
I guess you could say that part of it. Okay, so look, go ahead.
He's okay with his part-time. So I know that as a man, I feel like as a woman, when my money funny, I'm trying to find all type of ways to get
that
it.
too.
So you as a man and you want to lead my family or the family we're going to build, and you're not even thinking of other ways to get it until the next thing comes through, what I'm going to do with that?
I feel that.
I feel that too, yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah.
So
I'm not going to throw him back into the ocean because I know that those fish are hard to find. So I'm going to stick with that one and I'm going to present some ideas.
The first thing it's very hard to find a man that's going to be the same. So listen, we just went through a man not being considerate, a man not doing nothing. And from the way that conversation went, you led me to believe that's been the men that's
the overwhelming majority
of the men, right?
So a man that's considerate is okay for me paying $2,000 for him to go to Mexico?
Well,
she did that on the MacBook. She did that on the MacBook on the strength of her. I believe in your dream. I'm finna lace you.
But she just said he's upset that I don't want to pay $2,000. So now you have to look at the context. He's becoming okay with her covering everything because he knows she got the money.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
I wouldn't say that. I didn't get that nowhere.
I wouldn't agree. I wouldn't agree with her paying for him to come on the trip. Like if he's gonna be mad, he's just gonna have to be mad about that.
So y'all ain't paying for him to come on the trip? You have it.
It's giving you're comfortable with that, and that you're and the fact that you're mad with that.
Wait. What you mean are we paying for him to come on the trip for the friend's wedding?
For the friend's wedding. That's your man of 2 years. Mm-hmm. My friend's getting married. That they know him. They know when they sent the invitation. He's knowing
that I just dropped $2,000 on a laptop.
Yeah, I'm not.
And now he wants me to pay for this trip and has the nerve to have an attitude behind it.
Okay, now for sure the attitude behind it, I don't agree with because I'm a firm believer is you can't be mad at somebody for their stuff.
Exactly.
Like that's her money. How you can't cop an attitude because she don't want to spend it.
So
I'm with that.
And I want you to stay back and I want you to work on
stay back.
Yeah, stay back
and Uber Eats.
I personally.
So you want me to stay back and Uber Eats while you in the Bahamas?
My misery does not love company. When my money is funny, I don't want to go nowhere. So
and the thing about it is,
this is how you don't even have any money.
This is how you get your girl snatched. She leaves you behind, and now she's at this wedding, and this other nigga from Atlanta's in her face, and this nigga having some change, and he can do a couple of different things, and now she's thinking about what I got at home and what my life could be like. I'm just saying,
you got to get in this program.
If she's even second guessing, you got to do something. You don't put yourself in a position to get
But
your
look,
woman
so
snatched.
I'm assuming she's not. I'm assuming the problem is she does, like after
But
she's.
the question was the question, though.
Okay, I'm with it. So did you finish? Did you expel?
I feel like I personally feel like I'm.
We know you cutting that nigga off.
But I do give grace.
I don't.
Like,
I
that's
can't.
the thing.
I don't know. No.
I give grace, but at some point you have to be realistic. Some of the things she are pointing out is like it don't even match. He's considerate. Okay, you considering my feelings. I just dropped $2K
You were
on a
just
laptop
dragging
for you.
men because they weren't considerate. Now we have a man that's considerate, and in the stage of his life,
She's saying there's
in the
incongruent.
stage of his life that he's at. He's doing what he can do.
He's not doing what he can do.
Time out. I will agree with you. He should be out there having a couple more side hustles to get some extra bread, right? I agree with that 1,000%.
Can you agree that he's also becoming? Is definitely.
I cannot agree. No,
he's becoming comfortable with her covering the bill.
I for sure don't agree with that.
He's becoming comfortable.
This is an isolated incident that she's speaking to. This doesn't mean that he's comfortable.
She's paying 75% of the bills. He's comfortable with that.
What happens if, let's say, whatever amount of money he worked for, he had to spend it on the rent or the portion of the bills, right? So he did have an income coming in. He did have some type of money coming in, but that went to the household shit. I just broke myself to get our house in order. Home is straight for next month. That's where my money went.
Not what she said. She said that they.
But he's using that as I get what you're saying. Basis,
okay.
Right? So why then? And especially like I said, if you have it, because if she's even considering the $4K, that means that this is not about to break you or cause any type of strain on you. But I'm just saying, I feel like me personally, I don't feel like he's getting comfortable with paying for anything or not paying for anything. I feel like definitely she should pull up with her man. You need to get your nigga in and take him with you. For sure. Don't leave him behind. It's just ugly right now. Because like you said, this is what's going to happen, my boy. You're going to pop off. You're going to sell the Quavo, Migo and them. You're going to sell them a beat and you're going to pop off. And now she's going to be like, baby, baby, baby. And now we're not having all that because you was tripping 2 months ago when I was low.
It's definitely, you guys seen the movie Acrimony? Tyler Perry movie Acrimony?
I don't really fuck with the Tyler Perry movies.
Did you mention that? No. Did I see Acrimony?
So Acrimony is...
That's where she had AIDS?
Literally it's basically she stood by him. She covered his bill. She put him through college.
That's an isolated incident.
Oh, was that with the
But this is an isolated incident.
Was that the movie with...
and
he
popped.
Taraji?
The moment she left him, he popped literally a week or so later.
And what happened?
Was that the movie
he
with
came back, he dropped
Taraji?
her 10 mil, but he went on with his
I wouldn't
life.
have did none of that. You ain't getting, man, listen.
But if you don't understand, if you watch that
the
movie,
sweat
this
equity
led
doesn't
man
count?
had
Well,
to
you know
hurt
what?
through.
I was just gonna say. I was gonna say. I do. Okay, I'm gonna touch you. Where you
does the sweat equity count? Yes or
He
no?
put her through so much.
Where you would have gotten a larger amount because you dipped. Yo.
We gonna reduce the fee.
Yeah, I'm gonna reduce the fee.
We gonna reduce the fee.
Listen, man.
And I'm okay with that because I feel like I was
okay. Like he gave
equity is for sure.
He gave her something for what you did, but
and you didn't have to do that
at all. Mental trauma, the things that this woman went through in this movie.
What she went through.
She lost a child behind him cheating on her.
So the stress of him cheating is what caused her to lose a child?
I think she drove her car into the trailer.
So whose fucking fault is that?
But
listen, hold on.
On her.
Because I cheated on you, you drove your pregnant self into a wall like the nigga on the thing. Come on.
We gotta put that up on the screen. We gotta put that up on the screen.
I'm gonna say this.
Wait a minute.
I'm gonna go back into the story a little bit and real quick.
But wait, can we establish, is this the movie with Taraji?
Yes.
Okay.
Her mother died. She got an inheritance. She took majority of that inheritance to put him through college. She lost her mother's home behind that. Mm-hmm. She went through some real shit behind this man pushing his dream. Mm-hmm. It would never go nowhere. The moment she's tired, the moment she's finally over it, I think it was like maybe 20 years later or 15 years later, the moment she's finally over it, he pops.
And so let me ask you.
Yo bad.
Let me ask you.
Yo bad.
Yeah, yo bad. But let me ask you, what do you think would have been, from the woman's perspective or from Taraji's perspective in that movie, if you could be in that movie with her, what would have been the proper response for him? For him to come back and be
thick and thin.
So let's get back together.
Back to me and loving me through thick and
So let's get back together.
Not even necessarily get back together because like I said, I felt like he was great at giving her the 10. I think he gave her 10 million.
You got that
money back. But it's the emotional stress, the emotional shit he put this woman through. Now that
how many years were they together? Do you know that?
I believe it's like 15 to 20 years. It was a long time.
But do you want to go back though?
I don't want to go back.
So just give me the money.
I would say give me the money.
I'm gonna give you $25,000 for every year you invested, right off the rip, and then I'm gonna touch you with another 2.5, and I'm out your face. And I'm out your face. You're not getting 10 mil from me after you just dump me. Nah.
But it was
No,
so
I don't
many things
care.
that
I
caused
don't
her
care.
to get to that point.
You
She didn't
stayed
want to
here.
just leave
You
him.
shouldn't have been weary.
And you stayed here. This is the thing, man. Especially when we have like let's
She
use the
definitely
cheating
took it to the
example.
extreme
Let's
in the
use the
movie.
cheating example, right?
Mhm.
I don't understand how women will say, "Okay, I'm gonna stay. Let's put it behind us." And now you still holding on to this shit, and you still bringing this shit up, and we still going through this shit. So we can't. You can't like if you're gonna stay through whatever it is that was happening in that movie with that couple. I don't want to hear about that shit 10 years in. We did it. It's gone. It's done. Why
Yeah,
are we
can't
still
go back.
Yeah, like.
I definitely think in theory that's a good argument. I think the reality of it is sometimes it's hard to.
She would have got like $3 million from me.
Sometimes
You
it's
stuck
hard
on the
to.
amount that she's
For
getting.
sure.
It's
I
the
can't-
things that this lady had to go
I don't care what she
through.
went through. You're getting $3 million.
It's like, when is enough enough?
And I'm
You
gonna
know
take
what?
that $3 million.
You keep talking, $2 million now.
I'm gonna
$2
take the
million
$3
now.
million, and I'm gonna find a way to
'Cause I
flip
was
it,
being
and we gonna
nice.
be all right. We gonna be all right.
There you go.
We gonna be
Just
all
like
right.
how when these people like
Make the best decision for yourself. If
at
you
all
feel you're
times.
done, be done. You can't worry about when they're going to pop, what's going to happen later, because you're making the best choice for you at that moment. I feel like that's what we don't do. Everybody lives off of potential. Oh, you got
Sometimes
potential. You got
you
that.
gotta live up potential.
But how long can you wither your life away? Or how long could you just let your life fly
That's what
by
I'm
because
saying.
you're
If
not
I-
doing what you want to do because you don't have
No,
the support, the partner that's matching, like,
and
you know?
I feel
I'm with
that. I
that.
just feel
I'm with that.
I feel that, but I feel like I want to be slow to make that decision in case
15 years not slow. 10
I
years
mean,
not
That's a
slow.
long time.
I mean, they were young though. Let's be honest. Were they gonna be married at 21? Were they gonna be married at 22?
Let's
No,
get to the- yeah.
not really, right? So I mean, I feel like 27 is still relatively
Come
low
on,
for
my
a
nigga still on
man.
his grind.
You got with a younger man, so that you made that choice.
First of all, you were robbing the cradle.
You made that choice. So I feel like, I do feel like there has to be understanding. I'm definitely going to approach you with like my grievances and we can talk about it. And I'm also going to be solution oriented. I'm going to give you some examples of
love.
some things that you can do. And then I'm going to end it with, you know what? Like just because I'm forward looking and I'm thinking about my future. I don't think I have 2 more years in me. You know what I mean? I don't think I have
and I can't
24
worry
more
about
months.
What's gonna happen in those 2
So
years.
let me give you some time to think. Like, can you consider my proposition so that I have some assurances at the end of the day that we're not always going to be in the situation, because I don't know if I can commit to 2 more at this pace.
I
I'm
have
with
a
that.
I have
I'm
a
with that.
standpoint as if he was a hustler, if he was doing other things to show like I'm not getting.
So if a man is not a hustler, he can't fuck with you?
I'm not saying if he's not a hustler, he can't fuck with me, because some men aren't hustlers. Some men are 9-to-5 men and they're quite fine. Like, it's just saying have a drive to. My mom always told me, my mom, always have your job should never be your only income. And I know that as a woman. So as a man, you don't have that in you. I feel like if I'm putting my life, my family in your hands as you being the leader of us, when something go wrong, I can't think like, you can't make initiative thinking like, let's do this.
Yeah,
So let's figure this out. I got to be the one doing that.
Yeah,
It's a
that's
team
exhausting.
effort.
That's not a
that
team
is
effort.
exhausting. I think if you're constantly having to be that role, I think we definitely want critical thinkers.
I personally want to be married to a man that if we get into a bind or we get into a hot spot,
he's thinking of ways
to get out.
For sure.
But if my man's coming sitting in front of me and expecting me to find a way, what are you here for?
That's
I just know
crazy. That's
know
crazy.
honestly that like I just know that the market is like it's overrepresented.
I'm trying to
like
tell
it
you.
has those type of men. And so for me, if I have what I consider, because that's what she said, a good man, just me, I'm not going to just throw him back out there without really doing my due diligence to make sure that that's really what I want to do. Like I really want to move on. And that might not be the right option for everybody. That's just kind of like my perspective and how I would go about it. And if I put in so amount of years with this person, I gotta be rocking with him. You know what I mean? Like if it wasn't really nothing, I'm probably not gonna stay in the relationship up until that point, because I'm discerning and
So how do you
I'm
feel about
assessing who the person is that I'm rocking with.
Okay, so how do you feel about if you continue to rock with him, you continue to support him, and you're sticking with the potential that you see he have, and it never goes anywhere? At some point, do you feel like I've wasted all these years here?
Well,
That's the risk.
That's the risk.
That's the
And
risk.
So it's
taking.
also a risk
It
of
could-
taking that.
it could
I'm gonna
also
step back
turn
and do
out-
what's best for me.
it could
and
also
not worry
turn
about
out
what you
that
got
he
going on
pop
after
off,
this.
or not, and it could also turn out he pops off, and it doesn't even have to be him
That's
selling a
giving that
beat or
it's money
something.
based though.
It is.
But that's what
That's
this
how
is
you
about.
making it sound. And the thing was the financial part of it. She was talking
that's
about
what I'm
finances.
saying. That's what I'm saying. So you're saying stick with him because he could pop off. But if I'm doing what's best for me, it's not like she wants to do what's best for her. She's not worried about the money. She makes her own money.
I don't think
So
that she
it's
wants
just like,
to leave
I don't
him.
need to.
I think she's just
She
trying
said,
to.
how
stick
can
around.
I tell him?
She's not trying to leave him. She just
She
wants
said,
to figure out how can I approach him.
I don't have 2 more years in
You
this.
definitely. So the way I feel like you should approach it is definitely be clear and honest. Like, listen, I'm 32. I don't have any children. I would like some children. I would like a husband. I would like a family one day, right? In order for me to get that, I would need a man to be doing these things. You're not doing these things. I want to be with you. I want to stay with you. Let's devise a way where we can get these things done so that we can make this thing happen. I don't think there's anything wrong with her having to come up. You know what I mean?
She can definitely tell him that. If he's not,
and I would say, we're not just gonna let the 2 years go, or however long in your mind you would like to give it. So we're not just gonna let it be another year or two without anything, right? So there has to be action. You would have to see him like, okay, well, we talked about X, Y, and Z, and he's actually putting plan and effort into X, Y, and Z. So you can see like we talked, he's putting effort into what was going on. So
at the point where he's not doing that,
now at that point,
got to exit stage
for
left.
sure, yeah.
Like if
because
and
I
that's
talked
the thing,
to you,
if you tell me, yeah, I'm gonna look into this thing, or you know what, yeah, I'm gonna do this program or whatever. Like, you know, I'm gonna take your word.
From it. I got that he's not. I'm pretty sure if she's a 6-figure woman, she has her shit together. I'm pretty sure she's coming with solutions for him.
My boy came up.
And he's saying that he's okay.
My boy called him a baddie.
He's okay with part-time at that. Not even
the part-time. The part-time it's gonna set me off a little bit.
It's giving. I'm okay with where I'm at. I'm okay with you covering everything.
It's giving. I'm working towards my goal.
My dream.
I'm holding my dream. I'm honing my craft. I have a little bit of momentum. I'm trying to focus the majority of my efforts into this. Right? What if he's a
Go ahead.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
I have an example.
And that's how I feel like that's going. It doesn't mean that he's okay, he's content. I definitely feel like he's at home like, fuck, I want to be able to do this.
So
I want to be able to do that.
Let's be realistic. And let's go back to as what she said. He had an attitude behind her not dropping the $2K for them to go to Mexico.
I would too.
You have
what
to look
mean?
at that in all aspects.
Man,
what else would he be mad at when it's my money?
Listen, and that's true. And again, like I said, don't be mad at nobody for they shit. But the thing about it is, I'm pretty sure that throughout the course of their relationship, there's been times where he's been up.
We can't say that for sure. We're going by what she said, and that's how my opinion is coming from what she said. Because that right there telling me that you have an attitude behind me not taking you on a trip with me is giving
pay for my.
You've done this before. You done had an attitude about something you didn't get out of me before.
Nah, I think that the reason he's like or whatever how he's feeling is it's like, yo, this isn't some type of like, okay, you're just going to go or it's a wedding. Your peoples are there. It's folks that we know.
Pull up with you.
That's what I'm saying. How am I not going to be there with you?
I can kind of see that.
Even if it's some shit where
we just because we're presenting as a couple.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this is your partner, right? So what you gonna do? Get there and be like, oh, he didn't have no money to come. He didn't come. You gonna embarrass your partner like that?
I would say he had to work.
He had to work.
I would say
that would be for sure. Family emergency type shit. But what I'm saying is, I don't see why you would not do that. Even if you're on some like, look, I'm gonna put it on the thing. I need my money back, or we'll you know what I'm saying. I need to pay towards some of this, or however it go. You don't have the money right now. I'm gonna charge it when you get the whatever.
Do you not feel offended if your woman tell you got to pay her back for something?
My wife don't tell me that.
Right. So now if a woman tell a man, you got to pay me back for that, I feel like the man would feel a little blow.
No,
like, you know,
listen, if you feel a blow, my nigga, I don't know what to tell you because I
need my money back.
Yeah, what you mean? You could pay me back gradually,
that's
or you can
conversation to have with your partner. Be for real.
So
you got to pay me back that $2,000, and it's just like, damn. That's
and you got to say it up front too. I'm gonna need this back.
I don't see nothing wrong with that. I don't
see anything wrong with it.
If I tell my wife,
I mean, I do. I mean, I think. I hear what Ray is saying. It's kind of like, yes, there are going to be situations where that conversation is not going to go over well.
I don't understand how
but you got to be okay. You got to be okay with saying it anyway.
If my car breaks down right now and they tell me it's $4,000 and I have to tell my wife, babe, I need 4 bands, and she gives me that money, I'm going to pay her money back. I'm not going to look at that like, yo, that's my wife. She's supposed to. Nah, I got your phone.
That's an understanding.
Yeah.
But to have that conversation
No. That's not even a conversation that we're going to have. If she gives me $4,000, She don't even have to think, hey, don't trip. In 2 weeks, I'm going to give you a band. In 2 more weeks, I'm going to give you a band. Like, we'll get you settled up.
I think the part that I'm hooked up on is he had an attitude behind it.
The attitude was
the attitude is because
something
he frustrated.
That's not yours.
He frustrated.
So stay home
he frustrated.
and come up with a
and that's what I'm saying. That's why, and that's
go.
another reason why I want you to stay, because it's not
That's
just
a cool way
it's
to
not
stay.
just hold on. It's not just the
Work on
wedding.
yourself.
There's other expenses that are gonna flow naturally from this trip we going on, and I might just not got it. I already got you with the MacBook. Make some beats.
It's
you know
giving
what I'm saying?
Ungrateful for real.
It's not giving
But
none of that.
let's wrap up. What's your advice for this young lady?
Just be clear, be communicative. Let him know. Y'all talk it out. Y'all have a clear and concise plan, and you just make sure he sticks to that plan.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go from there. If he's not following the rule book, then we spoke, we talked. I presented you with some options. You agreed, and obviously this isn't something that you want because you're not fulfilling your end of the bargain.
That's fair.
Just like when you get a car note, you're going to pay that car note, right? You need that car.
That's
So
right.
you're going to fulfill your end of the bargain.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't paying your car note, my nigga. I got to repo this thing.
One time for the one time.
I'll say communicate what you need from him. And, see how he moves from there. But if he's giving complacent, he doesn't want to do any more than what he's doing, and you don't have 2 more years in you, don't think about when he popped. That's just something you just gonna have to take a loss with. For me personally,
You gonna hold that L.
Take that L, but she's a 6-figure woman.
You
I'm
gonna
pretty sure
hold
she's
it.
doing fine.
6 figures or 10 mil? You do the math.
Now, who's to say he pops and get 10 mil?
Listen, it's
let me finish. So yeah, make the best decision for you in the moment. If you don't have another 2 years and he's not even taking the steps to do the things that you need, or you want children, or whatever the case may be, make the best decision for you in that moment. Don't worry about the future. Live in the moment.
Live in the moment?
Live in the moment.
So
Make the best decision for you in that moment. I'm
You have
not worried
to
about the
consider
money you
your
could
future.
possibly make, because you could also not possibly make that money.
But you personally, you cutting them off. You ain't giving them all this
You
talking
keep
and
coming
all
with
that.
this cut off.
That's what
it's
you
more
said?
so I communicated with you what I needed. I'm not seeing no signs of that.
Okay.
I gotta go.
That's cool. That's fair. That's fair.
Young lady, I think you gotta weigh your options. I personally would present some options to choose from, based on the skill set that I think that he has. I don't take issue with that.
Make beats.
Yeah, I mean that
Nigga
too.
don't do
Okay,
nothing
then
else.
there may be some other job or side hustle that you can do to bring in a little bit extra income.
He could play the piano at Mastro's,
Anything.
live music.
Yeah, anything.
I've seen it in there.
And and I would just encourage him to take some time and think about it, and let's come back and have a follow-up conversation and decide where we're gonna go.
How much time are you giving?
For him to think about it? Or just
you're gonna present it and say, think about it and get back to me.
Yeah, I'm always giving you some time to think about it, because I don't want you to make a decision on the fly because you have not thought about it.
And then let's just say he's like, all right, I'm with the plan. How
Yeah.
much time from there is it? Like, I need to see
You
this
just
plan.
need to see progress for real.
Yeah, I think that I don't think there's a specific number of time. I think naturally, if we had a conversation and you agreed that you're gonna do a thing, I think there are going to be things that just naturally occur. You're going to make a call, you're going to schedule a consultation, you're going to do whatever, or you're going to apply for jobs. I'm not looking at my clock oh, it's been 2 weeks. I'm
looking at my
but
clock.
also pay attention to if he's just doing things to keep you quiet.
I mean, so do you care that if he's doing something to keep you quiet, as long as he's getting it done?
As a woman, you can tell
But
when a
does it
manager's shutting you
matter-
up, or
it
when
doesn't-
he's actually doing what he's supposed to be doing.
But so if you give him a task that you want him to complete, right?
Mhm.
Does it matter if he completes it in a jolly spirit or if he completes it in a sour spirit? Doesn't it just matter that it's done?
I definitely
that
don't
he
want
cared
you to
and
do
I
it
don't
in
want you to
sour
do it
spirit.
if
because
he's
I'm
doing
doing
it-
something. I'm giving you a
If
solution to
he's
help
doing
yourself.
it in a sour, this is not in this. I'm just saying in general, because
Mhm.
obviously, yeah, this is different, sour spirit. But let's say you ask him to do something and it's a sour spirit. Don't you just care that it gets done? If I tell my son to go move the trash, I don't give a fuck what attitude you have, as long as it gets done.
But how long can you really deal with that?
I think that's not really a sustainable it's not really sustainable to have that type of temperament in a relationship.
Because why
I
are
don't
you
think
so
it's
mad
gonna.
that you have to get
Yeah,
these
I don't
things
think it's
done?
gonna be conducive for the
I dig it.
relationship. But
You
All
want me
right,
washing
y'all.
the dishes
And
and,
it's not
throwing
mad,
them
it's
dishes
just
and
a-
throwing them laundries. I got an attitude while I'm doing it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, all right, y'all. This was episode 2 of the Hear Me Out podcast.
I'm Rae.
I'm Cityy.
I'm E, man. We're gonna do this again real soon.
Make sure you guys follow us on YouTube, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, tap in with us individually. We
But
gonna get
that's
Facebook.
I haven't been on Facebook in a minute, but Hear me out with 2 E's in the me.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's a wrap.
And that's a wrap.